I wanted to give you a quick look at some of our project peppers. Let's do the black pearl hybrids first. This is one I'm really interested in because of the shape and color of the peppers and the fact that it's got really dark foliage. But these are F3 black pearl hybrids. One parent is unknown. This other plant has some slightly larger in diameter peppers, but they're still attractive too. That's 2 plants. Then we have a couple of more plants over here, and they're just starting. Well, one of them doesn't have peppers yet, but one of them does. They've got some peppers that are just starting to form, so we'll have to wait a bit to see how those are going to turn out, but it's got dark foliage too. Now let's go look at the one out in the main garden. This one has the darkest foliage, and this is the one I like as far as the foliage the best. And it's got peppers that are just starting to form. We don't know exactly what they're going to look like, but they do seem to be hanging down, and they are pretty dark. So hopefully they'll be acceptable because I like this one. This is one that I got from friends out in Utah. It's an F2. Well, actually there's 4 plants. They're F2 hybrids that are a cross between a Lemon Spice Jalapeno and a Corbaci, and they're all a little bit different. I picked one off of this plant. This one turns out really almost like a hunter orange. It's really pretty color, a little bit brighter than these. And it looks like this plant needs a little fertilizer or something. I haven't really done anything to it except stick these plants into the pot. So other than water, that's all I've gotten. The next 5 peppers are all siblings. And this is one that if I could stabilize it just like it is, I would be thrilled. But it's got very dark foliage. The peppers start out very dark, then they lighten up, and then slowly transition to a peach color, which I think is pretty beautiful contrast. Then a sibling to that is this one. The foliage isn't as dark, but look at those peppers. They also start out very dark, then they kind of get the dark tip with the orange color that gradually turns into a solid red. I think that's pretty beautiful too. Then 2 more siblings to those. The interesting thing about these 2 is they're somewhat dwarf. Even though they're in a small pot, I'm sure that has something to do with their size, but I think they're trending on the small size anyway. This one has quite a bit of variegation. Some of the peppers even show that variegation in their color. They start out kind of light colored, green, then they slowly turn to orange, and then red, a little bit like a fish pepper except a lot smaller and with upright peppers. Then the one next to it, they start out kind of a purplish color, then they kind of lose that color as they transition to orange, and some of them do have some striping that's showing up pretty good on that one. I'm starting to get so many peppers that I think are interesting that it's going to be hard to decide what to keep and what not to keep. Now we have one more sibling to these 4. Let's go look at it. It's kind of over here in the grow bag next to the sweet potatoes, so I'm going to have to step on some of these sweet potatoes. And here it is. It's got purple foliage, some variegated foliage. It seems like the variegated foliage turns purple once it gets some sunshine. The peppers start out pretty dark, then they slowly change to orange and then red. And it's in the same bag with these other ornamental peppers, and you can see it's a lot smaller, so I think it's kind of got a dwarf growth habit too. And right next to that grow bag, I went ahead and planted some more of the F3 black pearl hybrids. I'm hoping to maybe get a plant or two out of here that's interesting. I'm going to be culling some of these soon, like the ones that don't have dark foliage at all. Those will be coming out. I even have some weeds. It's a small tree there, another small tree. But the weeds and some of the peppers that don't have the darker foliage will be coming out soon. So that's a look at some of our pepper projects that we have going. I'll save the Oda hybrids for another day.